As an expert, one of the things that you are going to have to do in your business is hold some form of a consultation. Now, you may or may not call it a consultation, but it's any situation, whether it be over the phone, on Skype, in person, where you're going to meet with someone face-to-face or verbally, and you're going to have to walk them through this process of going from prospect to client. But you got to make sure that the consultation is done properly and effectively, both for you as well as the prospect sitting in front of you. We'll talk about that right after this. All right, so how do you set an effective consultation? How do you put the pieces in place? This is not something as simple as just saying, hey, you have a consultation set up, come into my office, hop on Skype, hop on the phone, and we're going to have a chat. Because part of the process of setting the consultation is to establish yourself as the expert, so that the person sitting across from you or sitting on the other side of the phone knows that they are working with a professional who really knows what he or she is doing. And there are a couple of steps that you need to go through, both for them as well as yourself, to make sure that the consultation goes off smoothly. Plus, we're also going to talk about a couple of elements you can throw in there to create that unforgettable experience that you want to start right at the onset. So the first thing with a consultation that you want to put in place is you want to have a clear-cut agenda as to what's going to take place. Now, here's one of the mistakes that many business owners make, is they assume or they make the mistake of asking the prospect what they would like to discuss or what they're coming in for or how they would like the consultation to go. But the problem is that they're coming in to talk to you as the expert. So for you to step up as the expert and to lay down the agenda so they know exactly what's going to happen, and so that you know what's going to happen, sets you apart as the expert. So before someone even comes in for a consultation, and I'm saying comes in, they may hop on the phone, they may hop on Skype, but basically this is pre-consultation. You want to make sure that they have a real clear-cut understanding of what's going to be happening, what the process is going to be, how long the consultation is going to be, what types of questions you're going to be asking, what type of questions they should be asking. See, one of the things that we don't do is we don't tell our prospects what they should be asking. And that's going to be incredibly helpful to them, because you have months, years, decades of experience dealing with people who have the same problem and who want the same solution that they do. So if you help them out by telling them what questions they should be asking and giving them information that they may not even have known that they should have asked for, that's going to be helpful to them. Also set in place the length of the consultation. How long are you going to go? Are you going to go indefinitely? Are you going to be done in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour? Let them have a clear understanding of how much time they need to set aside for the consultation. How much time, and a lot of people, when they do it over the phone, they say, well, I'll just do it while driving, or I'll do it while I'm at a restaurant. No, be absolutely clear. How much of their attention do you need? For me personally, you can't be driving, you can't be in a restaurant, you can't be doing anything else. I need your undivided attention to have a consultation, because that's how it's going to best serve you. And that's how you need to preface it for your prospects coming in as well. That to serve them best, they need to be on time, and they need to make sure they keep a clear half hour, hour, however long, to speak to you, to interact with you, to have that Skype call with you. The other thing you want to do is you want to make it comfortable for them. Now we're going to go into a little bit of the human psychology of creating that unforgettable experience. One of the things that I used to do in my law practice when I had the physical location was I would ask them what they wanted to drink at the consultation. I would ask them whether they wanted tea, coffee, soda, etc. I would ask them how many people that they were bringing with them. I wanted to know if they were going to have kids there, because that gave me the information that I needed to set this up for an unforgettable experience. I would make them a cup of tea. I would make them a cup of coffee. I would have toys for their children. I'd make sure I have enough seats if they're bringing additional people. And this allows you to set the parameters as well as create that unforgettable experience for the people that are coming in for the consultation. Now, here's something else I'm going to tell you, is you probably don't want to call it a consultation. Consultations sound a little bit dry and boring, even speaking as a lawyer. So what I used to do was for my law practice, I would call them a case audit. That means I'm going to go through your case in complete detail and assess everything that's going on so my prospect had a real clear-cut understanding of what they would walk away with. And we'll talk about that in just a second as well. In my marketing business, I call it a business jam session. This is a little bit of a goofy, fun business where I have a good time with this, and I want to have fun with the names of what I call things. So it's a business jam session. We're going to jam about your business. We're going to talk about where you are, where you need to be, and where you need to get to. And that's all laid out in the agenda so people have a real clear-cut understanding. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about with the setting the expectations, if there are requirements or prerequisites that people must do or have before they come in to speak to you, make sure you're crystal clear about that. Make sure you're also crystal clear with them about what they are going to get out of the consultation. Are they going to walk away with all their questions answered? Are they going to walk in there and have to make a decision right then and there? Are they going to have time to think about it? Are they coming in for just education and information? Be very clear about what they're going to walk away with, and be very clear about what they're allowed to do and what they're not. And by that I mean, are they going to be able to ask you questions? Are they not going to be able to ask you questions? Are they going to be able to bring in paperwork for you to review? Are they going to be able to talk about their entire situation? If it's a relationship problem, are they going to be able to bring in their significant other? If it's a health problem, are you going to do some kind of diagnosis? If it's a business problem, are they going to bring in their last 2 years of marketing efforts that have or haven't worked? So all this stuff, in the beginning, the first time you set it out, it's going to be difficult. You're going to have to invest a lot of time to lay everything out for them to know what's going on. But then every single time you do a consultation or a case audit or a business jam session or whatever you call it, it becomes a hell of a lot easier. So make sure that you set everything in place, that you give your prospects a real clear understanding of what to expect when they come in to talk to you. Thanks so much for checking out this episode of Beer with Sameer. If you liked what you saw today, do me a favor, share this video with 1, 2, 100 friends who you know could benefit from this information. Also, if you want to ask me a question that you'd like me to answer in a future episode of Beer with Sameer, just go to asksameer.com, enter your question, and I'll do my best to make sure I answer it on one of the upcoming episodes. Thanks so much, and until next time, keep life simple and always remember to play.